Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
First down at 10 at their own 10-yard line. Tevin Coleman with some running room. Tevin Coleman down the sideline. Coleman, one man to beat. Tevin Coleman's going to go 90 yards, and Indiana takes the lead.
Randall L. scrambles, started off the pitch, keeps it himself down the sidelines. He could go. Antoine Randall L. touchdown. Rory going to the single coverage, end zone. Touchdown! He hits Cooper again.
It's third down and goal. Fernando takes the snap. They pressure him. The throw to the end zone. Touchdown! Wow, what a play. And it was actually Surratt who made the catch.
Here comes the pressure. Throws to the corner. Touchdown, Surratt.
How about that?
1 yard line as we approach 6 minutes remaining. Noah Whittington is the fake. The ball's in the air. It's intercepted by Indiana. Plucked out of the air by Lewis Moore. Up and inside the left upright. And Radicic may never have to buy another meal in Bloomington. They better use it right now. Dante Moore hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. And that is going to be the ball game. Isaiah Jones, the linebacker Gary's been talking about all day long, and he just jumped in front of that pass.
Let's go. Let's fucking go, right? Welcome to episode 272. Recap Game 6, the win on the road at number 3 Oregon. Joining me, as always, Brandon. What's up, Brandon?
No cap. That was the biggest game in Indiana football history. And it should not be taken lightly. It should be. I saw a lot of people like, well, Michigan State's up next. One game at. No, people are still celebrating the Watt shot 14 years later.
Oh, my gosh.
You can sit on this one for a few days. You should consume all the content, ours and others. You should talk all the trash. I think I probably sent 50 troll tweets onto all the accounts between last night and this morning. It was the most fun I've ever had watching a college football regular season game. It's the most fun I've ever had for Indiana football game, and almost probably not as important, but noteworthy. The curse of your basement's broken.
Yeah. For
a while there, we would just lose. We'd lose all the time. We watched a game in your basement. We lost. It is over. It is over. All the streaks are over. All the new streaks are starting. Yeah, I mean, I'll try to put it into words, but that's enough.
There's a lot of words, and we spoke a lot of words to each other last night. I
didn't give you a bruise this time. What is that?
But no, you did not. That's right. We did. There were a couple pretty physical moments in some celebrations, but no, it was not. No punching in the ribs, which was good.
Your drywall made it, even though
oh my god, dude, my hat is still together. I don't know if I've ever slammed an item onto the floor as hard as I slammed my hat. And what's funny too is during and after the game, I tried to stay off of social media, and we talked about that.
You do a great job. You do a great job of it. I'm the opposite.
Well, other than the one tweet that I sent out in all caps, and those listening, that was me. You're welcome. I had a lot of stuff to get off my chest at that moment, but where was I going with that? Oh, I got on there today. I watched all of the YouTube, anything on YouTube that was any sort of recap of the game, anything CBS Sports had, anything CBS had, anything. watched it all. What else? Oh, and went through the Twitters and the Instagrams and saw so many national people that are not associated with either team, people that from the SEC that were calling out that third down blatant pass interference in the third quarter, I think it was. The one where as he's throwing the football, I'm going, if they don't call it. It's just like I knew it was coming, knew they weren't going to call it, and it was insane. But that's not why we're here, right? I mean, I think Iowa, we deserved maybe a little bit of time on the referees. We overcame the referees, and then we spanked them. Not the referees, the Ducks. We spanked the Ducks. Let's get into it. I'm sure you have stuff about the refs, but yeah,
you know how the refs were so bad that Oregon didn't even complain because they got hosed on some calls too. They got hosed on a few calls, but they didn't even complain about it because they knew they had home cooking. They absolutely had home cooking, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Do we want to get into it?
Yeah, let's get right into it.
Time?
Now's
Cool.
the time. So I'm assuming and hoping that we've got some new listeners to this. So this is a recap episode. Basically, what we'll do is we'll go through some stats of the game. There's a lot of stats to go through, a lot of streaks more than stats, honestly. We'll give kind of a cheesy headline, like a news headline. We'll talk some IU stocks up, stocks down. We'll revisit the predictions, which is a joke anyway. And then we'll do some randos and get out. So it's not like as detailed as the preview is. It's just more kind of just talking about the game quick and getting you guys in and out. But we'll get right to it. IU, number 7 at the time, IU 30 at number 3, Oregon 20 final score. IU moves to 6-0. They get moved up, for those who have not seen it, moved up to number 3 in the coaches poll, number 3 in the AP poll. Number 1 votes minimal, 1 and 3 in the respective polls. But number 1 votes coming in. They said post-game on CBS that they would rank us number 1. 1,000 different things. I never thought. I honestly, I was extremely happy with 3.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll do that. Let's get to stats of the game. We'll open it up to talk game. At some point, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you got plenty of randos that'll open it up too. But there's so many streaks that were broken and impressive streaks, and I'm sure you may even have more than what I've written down. But let's get into it. So the IU streak, the bad streak, the 0-46 against top 5 teams on the road, gone. That's done. The Oregon streaks, these are ones that they didn't really talk about on TV so much. This is where I got this from, watching all the YouTube stuff. Oregon, going into that game, 23 straight regular season wins at home, longest in the FBS, done. 18-game home winning streak, done. 7. Wait, that doesn't make any sense, does it? It makes sense. Well, you guys will figure it out. 17-game conference win streak, second longest in the FBS, gone. All of them, killed them all. Anything else you got streak-wise? I got some streaks for your boys from Florida State at the end here, but
so again, they said it in game day. They said it on the set. Again, Autzen is 31 out of 32 in the last 32. So they can say 31 of 33 now if they want.
Mm-hmm.
But here's my thing on the streaks, at least as it pertains to Indiana. I pretty much see this as, again, not a religious guy, but like AC or AD and BC, like everything before SIG kind of doesn't matter.
Throw it out.
I mean, again, it's so many people used, Indiana hasn't been there before, blah, blah. No shit. Like, honestly, like that narrative is just lazy. It doesn't provide any context. Now, the thing that I think provides the most context is Signetti had not won a big game. Ohio State did happen. Notre Dame did happen. So a 2-game lose streak isn't enough to really even call it that. But like those were, we got our teeth punched in. And we did the exact opposite in this. So again, 2 games isn't really a streak, but nobody can ever say, well, SIG hasn't won the big game. SIG hasn't done it before. That's gone.
It's so funny. They put up a stat. I can't remember if they did it after the game or if it was on the CBS Sports postgame one that I watched, where it was IU's top 10 wins. I think like just wins against top 10 teams, and it was margin of victory. And 2 of the 3, I think there might only be 3, were this season. Illinois, fraud, by the way, but it's fine. Number 9 beat them by 53 points. And then you've got 1987 against Ohio State on the road, and then this one yesterday. So it's two of the 3, technically, I guess, best wins in the history of the school and the program. And the guy is just, I don't know what he's got going on, but it's insane. To do it with these players against those players, right? And our 3-star quarterback looked a lot more like a 5-star quarterback than theirs did.
So he was a 3-star coming out of the transfer portal. It's important to know he was unranked.
Unranked, yes.
Unranked as a recruit going to Cal. Without injuries, he's maybe not even starting for Cal. Like,
that's true, yeah.
How Mendoza got to where he got to is cinema of itself. And okay, well, let's just keep going. We'll get to Mendoza later.
I'm sure we will. Here's 2 more stats. One of them's kind of made up. The other one's, this is legit. Sacks and tackles for loss. Oregon had 1 sack, 4 tackles for loss. IU had 6 sacks, 8 tackles for loss. A fun fact there, Oregon has not allowed 6 or more sacks since 2014. So 11 years since they've allowed that many sacks. Did it at home, did it after we and everybody else talked about how they were going to dominate the trenches. They were going to dominate us on each side of the line, which I better shut up because I'm sure you're going to talk about it at some point later too. But there's another stat. I made up one for elite wide receivers, right? All you kept hearing about all week, Decorian Moore, Dante Moore to Decorian Moore. Decorian Moore, 4 catches, 39 yards, no touchdowns. And they came late in the game. Surratt, 8 catches, 121 yards, and a touchdown. There you go. And then this is just for your boys.
Hold on to this one. Hold on to this
okay.
one. I've more stats. We said, and they said it on game day. We said it 2 days earlier. This Oregon's efficiency stats were insane.
They were insane. Yes. Tell me what they did.
3 for 14 on 3rd down. All you heard was how explosive this offense was. 5.5 yards a pass, 2.7 yards a rush. All you heard was how they are going to got a bigger offensive line. They did you didn't watch any of it. Game Day did an entire feature on the weight of their offensive line. 2.7 yards a carry. We talked about home cooking, how bad the refs were. 64 penalty yards compared to only 45 penalty yards for us. Even with the home cooking, they weren't efficient. They weren't explosive. They made their own mistakes. Right? And they got all those 3 things we hammered. We went 3 for 3. If you play this, I didn't see the stat, but, people, when we beat Iowa, people were saying, oh, well, we still would have won like 96% of the time. I want to know what the stats were for this game because it looked lopsided on TV. The box score makes it look even worse. Like, I want everyone listening to go into the box score. And there was a clip, I forget what network it was on, maybe on 3. They said there wouldn't be a single starter for Indiana that would be a starter for Oregon. I can't name a single position that outplayed an Indiana position. Because it wasn't Sappington, wasn't the offensive line. Butcher, he had a great game. He had a great game.
Yeah, good game. Butcher, whatever.
Aiden played better.
He did. I called it.
Bear Alexander, heck of a player. Pretty sure
He made
Landino
one play. I think he made one play, yeah.
Like, we don't even need to compare Mendoza versus Moore. I mean, that's not even close. You already just shattered Moore through Surratt. So, again, the stats are fun. Like, if you just maybe want to, like, I'm going to get off social media is this, that, or other, just go into the ESPN app, pull up box score and team stats. Belt to ass, Michael. Belt to ass.
See, I think you could do it the other way too, where if you just go in and you just watch the game, right? Turn off the sound, just watch the game and just watch right along the line. Each side of the line, offense and defense for IU. Watch it. Because I don't know if you noticed it on the field or not, but Tyreek Tucker and Mario Andino now live in that field, in their backfield. So, like, they were there all night. And there's going to be somebody I'm going to talk about later that I noticed today on a quick watch through that had terrible stats. Like, in the box score, I think he's only in there for one thing that he did, and I don't want to spoil it because I do give him an honorable mention if you don't name him as a stock up. But he was back there all day. Every time he was on the field, he was in the backfield. He was causing the zone read to be a dive. He had one read. It was done. Like, he was causing Moore, who wanted to roll to the right. He had no chance. Like, it was all the way across the board. Every single player absolutely dominated their assignment. Now, you're going to have this, right? You're going to have what is his name? Washington, who runs over Lynch, right? You're going to have that play. You're going to have that play you play against Kent State, right? Yep. Eventually, they're going to get in your backfield. That was it, though. Honestly, they gave up one. Well, I think we talk about that later, too. I don't want to go too far, but yeah, we gave up. Well, we already talked about it. One sack. And we were back there for 6. Yeah. It's insane. I mean, just it was such there's a thing that Lebitard says, and I know people are probably sick of me hearing about this, but you think about the quarterbacks that have been drafted and recently, and you hear about some of the higher end ones, right? This guy's got this, he's got this. They get into the NFL and right, they're not good. And what he always says is, why can't we figure out how to evaluate these positions?
Yep.
Like, all of these experts have all of these things, but then when it goes to the field, it's not that. So, like, it's incredible what happens when you've got the proper coaching and the proper techniques and everything else. So, any other stats you want to throw in there?
Not for now. No, I have player stats, but we'll get that in stocks. We'll get that when we get to the market.
This is for your boys.
Yep.
Your Florida State boys.
Yep.
This is a new segment we're adding every week. It's called LOL Florida State Stats. This is mind-boggling for those that are listening. I know that's not necessarily relevant to Indiana, but actually it might be. We might be one of the schools. No, we won't be. Okay, but you'll see. They've lost 8 straight ACC games. Now, remember, they were ranked as high as 8?
9. Yeah.
They've lost 8 straight ACC games. And this is the big one. This is the one that literally made me laugh out loud, Brandon, before I screenshot it and sent it in the group chat. Since September 22nd of 2024, that is last season, 46 different schools have more wins versus the ACC than Florida State does. And I don't know if you guys know how many teams are in the ACC, Brandon.
What, probably 16, 14, 16?
15, not 46. Not 46. So 46 different schools have more wins in the conference than Florida State does. I hope they listen to this pod. It's completely irrelevant. That's just a mind-blowing stat. All right, moving on. Headlines. I'm going to go first because I'm going to get in trouble. But if you're listening with your children, I will give you 5 seconds to just skip a minute and a half. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I took names. I took a lot of names. And I'm going to start strong, and I'm going to work my way down, right? The first one is all you loudmouth Oregon fans, all the loudmouth Oregon fans you never see on Twitter. I had people following me on Instagram, my personal Instagram account, Oregon accounts. Why? Why are you following me? Just to send DMs, boom, 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 just to talk all this shit through Twitter, boom, 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 right? You can go fuck yourself. The next one, Will Compton, you can go fuck yourself. The next one, Brandon Walker, you can go fuck yourself, and you're not allowed on our bandwagon. And then the last one, every single person on game day except for Pat McAfee. I'm not going to say the thing that I said about the other people because I actually like those guys. But that's what I'll say. There you go, Brandon. That's my headline.
I love it.
Thank you.
I loved it. Mine, I have 2 words. Because again, what's popular out west?
Marijuana.
You know? My headline, got smoked.
Yeah.
Because that, while it was a game in the fourth quarter, trenches dominated. Second level, dominated. Skill position, dominated. Coaches, dominated. Quarterback, dominated. Yins got smoked. Yins got smoked.
Yes.
That's my headline.
It's so good. I apologize for any children that didn't listen to that part, but there are 2 people that I just named off, and I'll name them again. Brandon Walker and Will Compton are literally, they both work for
Kirk Herbstreit. Well, can we add Kirk Herbstreit?
We can add Kirk Herbstreit. Honestly, it's been long enough since the dog thing, and he moved on a little quick, if we can be honest with it. Right? He moved on to the next one a little quick, but yeah, he can go F himself too.
Heather Dinich and Paul Feinbaum. Can we add them?
No, they're the worst. Feinbaum doesn't even deserve his name being said on this pod, and we've already said it twice. And the other guy, I don't even know who that is.
No, so Heather Dinich. It's
Heather Dinich. I'm sorry, I thought you said Peter Dinich.
No.
Okay.
And then because she's got to be in. I mean, she's an Indiana grad. She's got to be in on the joke at this point. She was on the SEC network this morning. Yeah, because don't ask me why the SEC network was on my TV this morning, but because I think I was just trying to go see what other people were saying, right? I wanted to get a non-bias, a non-Big Ten angle from it. And then she goes, this validates Indiana. And then she winks. And it was the grossest, most appalling wink I think I almost threw up. And it wasn't from the amount of fireball shots we did last night. Heather Dinich, I hate you. I think I do. But yeah, you can add her to the list for sure. Josh Pate wouldn't shut up. You can add him to the list.
What else are we doing? I just can't get over those that don't know. Does Compton work for Barstool or no? Does he do his own thing?
No. Yeah, he's kind of done it. Yeah,
I
don't think he's affiliated with anyone. I mean, he's so dumb. He's. But I feel bad. Like, is that the CTE? I don't know if it's the CTE.
He's got the bad CTE. Yeah, he's got the Gronk's got the fun CTE, and this guy's got the bad stuff. But Brandon Walker is honestly like, if you were to go to, like, let's just say like a one stop sign town that does have a bar, and then you go to the bar, and then you go through the bar to the back, and they've got like a gutter. That dude would be laying underneath it. You know, just imagine what that guy looks like. That's who this guy is. And
did you see his post about Indiana?
Which one about trying to get back on? Oh, I like Indiana now, or whatever he said.
His first thing right after Indiana won, he goes, "Hand up, I was wrong."
You've been wrong. You've been wrong for 2 seasons now, and you continue to hammer down. Yeah,
Cincinnati a coward.
That's enough time. We've spent enough time on him. let's get to the marketplace. We have no stocks down unless you want to.
No.
Ooh, you do have
business
stocks
is
down.
No stocks down. Business
Okay.
is booming. Business
Okay.
is booming.
Because you can. I mean, you could do like what I just did, and those say those guys, those people are stock down. But let's go offense, stock up. You're gonna take my boy, which isn't fair. But go ahead.
No. So again. So for new listeners, this stock up, stock down. Stock down doesn't mean we don't like the player. Stock down doesn't mean that they're a bad player. Stock down just means, hey, what they were last week. Okay, they're not. Their value has went down. Stock up doesn't mean they were the best player on the field. Doesn't mean they're our favorite player, the best player. It just means these guys' stock went up. And for me, our last game was Iowa, where we put up 20 points. Mike Shanahan called a brilliant game plan. That defense didn't know if it was coming from Hemby, coming from Mendoza, going to be a throw, going left, going right, going deep, going short. No idea. That defense was on skates the entire time. The entire time. Mike Shanahan's stock was down.
Yeah.
We and I think the reason I chose him and not a player on the field was because how bad was the offense at Ohio State last year? How bad was the offense at Notre Dame last year? The game plan that he had was so incredible. Now the players on the field have to execute it, right? But Mike Shanahan may have just got himself a coaching gig last night.
Yeah.
Because we're going to give a couple players. Since we have no stock
Yes.
down, let's give a couple. So you give yours next.
That's the bad thing about being this good, right? Is that some of these coordinators are probably not going to stick around. I will tell you, I did in my honorable mention, I did have passing on first down, which ties into what you said. I loved the passing on first down, and other than the first drive of the second half, it was flawless. It was a flawless day. All right, I'm going Hemby. Those that listen knew this is where I was going. This was his game, and he also owns a piece of Eugene, but it's a person, and his name is Dylan Tieneman, whatever his name is, the Purdue transfer. He ran him over unnecessarily for 2 touchdowns on 19 carries and 70 yards against what was a pretty good rushing defense, right? 5th in the country, is that right? That have 2 absolute monsters on the inside. Hemby was breaking tackles. He was making moves. He was running people over. He was shaking people off. He was doing the thing that Surratt does when he gets to the sideline and he knows he's going out of bounds, but there's a guy there and he just runs them over, takes them down with him.
Yep.
He was unbelievable. Hopefully that's a breakout game and we see the real Hemby the rest of the season, because that looked like the guy that I was in love with at the beginning when we got him. So
Totally.
Who do you have?
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, I said his name more than anyone else, and that is Elijah Surratt.
Mm-hmm.
All preseason, we heard Jeremiah Smith this, Ryan Williams that, Malachi Lemon this. We heard every wide receiver under the sun other than Elijah Surratt. Literally walked off Iowa and was absolutely unguardable. I said it to you. He should get 20 targets a game. You could just throw to him every other throw, and it wouldn't matter because he's open all day. Elijah Surratt is incredible. Before the season, I said he was a day 2 pick. I don't know how you're picking 4 or 5 wide receivers over him.
Either.
That's about how many wide receivers usually get taken, anywhere from like 3 to 5 wide receivers get taken in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you can pick 4 to 5 wide receivers better than him right now. And if you do, you're Will Compton level IQ.
I'm going to break some news because as you were talking, I was trying to see if I could find Bolitnikov odds, right? I think you probably have to like go deep into the sports books to find those. And for those that don't know, that's wide receiver of the year. But I did find national championship odds. Ohio State plus 350, Alabama plus 650, Miami plus 750, Indiana plus 900.
10-1. For those that don't gamble, that's 10-1.
And for those that don't count, that is the fourth best odds right now. And it's fluid, right? It changes, but fourth best odds. And to spoil, I guess, the start of what will be Wednesday's pod, the line is out for Michigan State minus, what I say, 26.5?
26.5.
Ridiculous.
That will go up. That will get to 27.5, maybe even 20.
Especially if Chili's is out. If Chili's is out, then it's toast. I'm going to give some love. Nando gets enough, right? Nando's getting everything. Nando. We love Nando. I'm going to go Debo. Now, granted,
that one-handed catch.
Oh, my God. The catch, the spin, the dive for the first down. That dude, outside of maybe one or two of his catches, I want to know how many of them went for a first down. And they were effort first downs, right? It's not like he caught it and he was already there. He had 7 catches for 58 yards. Not going to blow anybody away. I think we only completed the ball to 4 or 5 receivers on the day. But he had 7 for 58, and they were monster man catches. So I've got offensive line, too, for honorable mention.
Ooh, yeah. I specifically, I have Benson.
Oh, Benson was nice.
He had some bad moments, but again, look who he was against. He played with fire. He was there for his teammates and everyone on social. These are kids. And he was just getting blasted by everyone. What mental fortitude by Khalil Benson. He was also my honorable mention. Pat Coogan was also a beast. Pat Coogan was out there just moving dudes. And
how much did you hear about Carter Smith? Yeah, is that what you're going to say?
You didn't hear about him because that's how good he was.
You know who else you didn't hear at all? At all. Dead serious. Never heard his name. Ukulele, whatever his name is.
Yep.
The premier pass rusher probably in the country.
Top 5 pick.
Didn't even make a slight impact in that game.
Yep.
I forget. Beautiful.
Do we put special teams on offense or defense?
You can put it wherever you want. After that game last night, you can put it wherever you want.
What about Frankie?
He's just the kickoff, the
58-yard bomb twice.
58-yard bomb or 50? Was it 58?
Yeah,
50 something. Yeah,
sure
just twice too. Yeah. Twice. The first one, I would have liked to have that one a little bit better. That one was like at least a straight shooter, right? The second one had a little wobble to it, but I mean, just a monster leg on that kid. Yeah, let's go defense.
Yep. I'll let you go first on this one.
It's easy. I told you guys, Aiden Fisher. It's Aiden Fisher. That guy was a monster. Now, listen, you could go, and I'm sure you will. You could go all the way across that line. You could try to go to the secondary, but they couldn't pass the football. So there's good luck with that. So you're pretty much sitting at the front 7. I'm going to go Fisher, leader on the defense, led the team in tackles at 13, 1.5 sacks, 1.5 tackles for loss. Absolute monster. They even said it 4 or 5 times during the game. Look who it is again. Take a guess who made that stop. Look who's around the ball again. I mean, he was vintage Aiden Fisher. Vintage. Who you got?
Again, your player to watch was Aiden, and he was there. He was incredible. What about Landino? Was it first play of the game? It was definitely first drive.
It was the first play of the game. They were in their backfield on the very first play of the game.
1 sack a year they gave up. 1 drive into the game, Moore was on his ass. Landino, you've already brought up Tucker. Landino and Tucker were the two best defensive linemen in that game, and everyone on Oregon will get drafted over those guys.
Yeah.
That just shows you how hard those two work, how well Brian Haynes coached them up, and Pat Kuntz is probably going to be our next defensive coordinator eventually whenever Brian Haynes decides to go get a promotion. Pat Kuntz has just built a unit last year out of transfers and under-recruited kids.
Yeah, just that.
I think they said the weight. I think they said the weight. Indiana's average weight, 279 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon's weight, 326. Seth
When you
math?
think
You want to
that-
do Seth math?
That's a
47
lot.
pounds. 47 pounds average difference. That's huge. 50 pounds more every guy. And we were blowing them off the ball.
Yeah.
Blowing them off the ball. 6 sacks.
6 sacks. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I don't care if you're playing. I mean, we lived in the what do we have against Illinois? 8 or 9 against Illinois, but it felt like the
Thanks,
same thing. What'd you say?
Thanks, Seth. His job.
Oh yeah, right. That is his job.
We usually have a producer for first time listeners. We ignore, but for some reason the dude's birthday was 8 days ago, and yet he still is nowhere to be found. He's still celebrating.
I think he's on an anniversary trip, but he went to Maine. I should have said he went to Portland. Dang it! I should have said that first. At least it would have had people guessing. But he
7
went to,
sacks against Illinois, by the way.
There you go. So it was the same thing. I thought it was more sacks against, like way more sacks against Illinois, right? But it felt like the same thing. Granted, they actually have like a semi-competent quarterback. So Moore did make completions and didn't necessarily just fall down and quit on his team. But that was it, almost identical. Like every single time that dude threw the football, there was pressure in it. Every single time. So you went Landino. I'll go another one. I cannot believe you left this one for me. I'm going Bones.
Got to.
Bones Jones.
Got to.
And he didn't even like at the beginning of the game. It was kind of like they were kind of like weaving him in and out. And then I think Haynes just said, "Screw it. We're going full 3 linebackers, or at least Hardy's going to be the guy we're going to rotate in and out." And he had a big game too. But Bones Jones, 8 tackles, 1 sack, 2.5 tackles for loss, in the game-sealing interception. And that play, because we were so like amped, I didn't really pay attention to it, but I watched it 10 times today.
Yeah,
the way he breaks on that ball, that is not a run-stopping linebacker. Like that was safety cornerback type play.
Yep.
That was beautiful football to seal the game. I'll take Bones Jones.
So I'll have another one here. And again, he was another guy who just got absolutely crushed. Benson probably got crushed the most by Oregon fans, analysts, content creators. For some reason, they chose to go after D'Angelo Pons. And he played incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Took a third of the field away. Took their best skill position player away. And unlike maybe I didn't see Benson do it, Pons took receipts. He was active last night on Twitter. You know he heard it.
Yep.
Let's see what fan base is dumb enough to do that again.
Yeah, please. I think all I remember was 1 catch against him. That's it. The rest of the time, I didn't see another catch.
Yep. And then, do you have any honorable mentions?
I do. I've got Hardy. I've got Elijah Hardy on there. He was tied with Fisher for tackles. Lewis Moore for obvious reasons. And then that was the first interception for those that don't get that one.
I thought you were going to take mine. You have
No. Oh, well, we'll see. This is the guy that I gave to you that I kind of hinted at earlier. When you go to the stats, he's got zeros across the board except for one. And that's at passes deflected. And I'm talking about Stephen Daly.
Yep. And Kellen Wyatt.
Oh, Kellen Wyatt had a good game. Not a good game, but at least he had a sack, right?
1.5 sacks.
So Daly, this is why I put Daly on here. He tips the ball for the Lewis Moore pick. And then he also, I didn't notice this until today, he also, on Himby's second touchdown, where they overloaded the right side, he's the fullback. And he makes the seal block to get Himby into the end zone. Like, we haven't seen that this year. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought he was amped too, man. He was jumping around and everything when he scored. But yeah, I thought that was a good shout. I'm interested to hear. Was it Wyatt? That was the one that you were talking about?
No.
No. Interesting.
You were again, and deservingly so, super complimentary of this guy, especially because I think he got screwed a couple of times by the refs. Way to keep your head in it, Jamari Sharp.
Oh, Sharp was good. But he also got ripped by Signetti too. But
for like being injured.
Yeah.
You're not even injured. I couldn't read his lips, but that's what the announcer said.
He's got to chill a little bit.
But man, how many times do you see when corners get called early for a penalty that then they just become super handsy all the time, or they don't at all and end up just getting smoked? Man, Jamari Sharp got better after the penalty and he got ripped on the sidelines. Not only is that good coaching, that's a great player. So I'm not really putting him in my stock up necessarily, but I'm just giving, because you say this all the time now and I love it, I'm just giving a good shout because Jamari Sharp, man, he played so freaking well after, again, not his fault, but, I guess for lack of a better word, a kind of a rough first quarter. The next 3 quarters, he was a shutdown corner, an absolute shutdown corner. And when you have one, it really helps the defense because you're shrinking the field. When you have 2, you're taking a team and making it one-dimensional. Jamari Sharp.
He was so good. He was so good. And he's made such good plays throughout the season. It's crazy. But I openly said the same thing. Like when he did get hurt and the whole SIG screaming at him on the sidelines. I didn't see where he would have gotten hurt, but again, I wasn't out there playing. And he is a Division I I guess you could say Division I football player.
He's playing like an all-conference. He's playing like an all-conference player.
Really well. I don't know the rest of the country. I was going to say quite possibly maybe the best or one of the best defensive backfields in the country. All right, let's revisit. No, let's do a quick word from our sponsor. Then we'll revisit predictions. We'll do Brandon's randos. We are having a day. We're having a day. This is much longer than a typical, not much longer, but it will be much longer than a typical recap. But when you do stuff like this, it's worth it. So we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by your go-to expert in the Indiana real estate market. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a home right here in the heart of the Hoosier country, Garrett Lawton with True Blood Real Estate is the agent that you need. He's not just a real estate agent, he's a Hoosier fan just like you. And Garrett knows Indiana inside and out, from Bloomington to Indianapolis and everywhere in between. Plus, his personalized service makes the buying and selling process smooth and stress-free. So if you're ready to make a move, give Garrett a call at 317-410-8851 or visit his website at lawton-realty.com. Okay, we're back. We're going to revisit predictions. No, we're not, because nobody won. We all picked Oregon to win. Seth, 31-17, Brandon 28-26, me 27-24.
I thought you'd give me the win since I predicted the smallest margin of loss, but
when you pick, I don't know. We're not
you're right.
Shit, man.
That's
the stuff we used to do.
Participation trophy.
Yeah, that's the stuff we used to do when he was the coach. Where we'd be like, well, we lost, and we all picked us to win. So let's pick the person that was closest to that one. Or we won, but we all picked us to lose. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Sig
All
wouldn't
right.
want it that way. No, none of us were right.
Sig would not. Sig. I should have put Sig's face on this dude. That says nobody pointing right at us. But all right, what do you got in your randos?
I got absolutely not a single rando.
Oh.
Because I got a little bit of a rant of a final statement.
I was going to say hangover.
I'm actually not bad. I was way worse after Illinois. I was way worse last weekend. So I mean, if you say like look at the Illinois weekend, look at the guys trip weekend. Last night was nothing. I feel fine.
Felt worse this morning than I did on any of the mornings on the guys trip. Now, I was fairly responsible and was towards the end of the night, at least, was pounding water, drink. Like I did my best to, because I know that, you know, the way that we drink or our friend group drinks, they're going to keep going. So I got to be able to hang with them. But I'd go from hammered to slightly hammered to like good enough to go to bed to wake up not feeling an absolute piece of crap, which I did today. But yeah, the reason, Brandon, and I don't know if we talked about this on here or not, but maybe after games, just maybe, and I'm not ever going to tell you this, but I'm just thinking about it as more of like a alcohol therapist, if that's a thing. Maybe don't take the handle of Tito's and sit it in your lap in the back seat of the truck. Maybe just don't do that. But I'm never going to tell you.
Any cops listening? That didn't happen. That absolutely
no.
That didn't happen.
Didn't happen. I'm guessing.
Illinois was a big win, and I was having a good time.
It was a monster win at the time. Now it just looks like crap. Good for them though, right? They've lost to the number 1 and the number 3 team in the country and beat the number 20 team in the country, but now they're unranked.
Because voting is archaic and stupid.
It is ridiculous, and because Oregon has 5 first-place votes in the AP, which makes a whole lot of sense. I have no
watch the games. Like the voters just can't watch the game. There's no way,
no chance they can do that. No, because they're beat writers, right? A lot of them are like beat writers and writers for specific. So they don't have the chance to do that. They'd have to go through real quick and just watch a 5-minute highlight of it and be like, yeah, Oregon looked pretty good. They didn't. Okay. I have no final statements. I killed everybody verbally on the podcast, not physically. I'd never do that. I'm a very nice person. Earlier, and I got all that rant out. I'm fully ranted. So I will sit back and listen to what you have to say, and then we'll wrap up.
So I was having, again, many text conversations. And one of my friends is on I won't say his name, but he is on a ESPN show, and we were exchanging texts, and he said something that kind of blew my mind. Last year was fairy tale. Last year was Cinderella. This year, it makes it a little bit more validating. Last night was the cherry on top. Indiana has arrived, but he asked me, he's like, how do you do it 3 years in a row? How do you do it in 4 years in a row? And I just want to give, because Michael, the listeners know, I've ripped this administration before.
Mm-hmm.
From academia to the athletic department to coaches. From Pam Whittington to Scott Dolson, who I have just slayed on the show before, to Signetti, to Mark Cuban, to the multiple NIL, there is so much synergy happening right now from the top to the bottom that, and people don't know this, right? The guy that I was talking, he didn't know that. He's like, I had no idea. There is such commitment and synergy from the top down, which tells you that this isn't just a 1 year, a 2 year. They lucked out with Mendoza in the portal. It's a down Big Ten year, which it isn't. But like any excuse you can come up with, there is absolutely zero reason when you have that going for you. Especially in the time of NIL, people are really going to dump more money into this program. Like, in my mind, you haven't even, like, we're not even close to the mountaintop. Because, again, look at, we have absolute studs. We probably have 40 studs on the team.
Yeah.
There's going to be a time where we have 60 studs. There's going to be a time where our entire roster is full of studs. I am so happy and proud of what they've done in such short order. Because it was less than 2 years ago. I flayed the president, who I don't know, McRobbie. Flayed McRobbie.
No, not McRobbie. That's the old guy.
Well, the
Pam.
president before Pam.
Mick Robbie was before Pam.
Yeah, I flayed him. I flayed Dolson. I flayed Allen. I've just everyone. I guess I'm doing a Brandon Walker. Hands up. All right. I ripped you guys, but now I have to give it to you. It for those that are new, for those that haven't been following like this, what is happening inside the nuts and bolts of this department is in line. And you've heard me compare, listeners have heard me compare, major college sports isn't too much of a different from a business. And we have seen Indiana basketball be a horrible business. I've ripped Indiana football being a terrible business. Right now, you cannot find a chink in the armor. You can't. And I'm so freaking happy and so freaking proud. And we are going to start getting used to these Saturdays. I started this podcast by saying that is the most fun I've ever had watching an Indiana football game. These are going to start becoming commonplace. And that's insane, but it's also at the same time not. So that's why I don't have any randos, because I had this built up and I've been thinking about this for probably the last 24 hours. And I just wanted to bring attention to the two listeners that we have. So just hat tip to everyone. That's all I got.
Hat tip. That's right.
Or cheers. I guess that we are the happy
cheers.
hour pod.
I mean, yeah,
so,
we are
not hat tip. Cheers.
Well, cheers right now. That's it. I mean, what a ride. We are about double or at least 20 minutes over what we have been doing with these. Yep. I mean, this was, and it's been said multiple times on multiple different platforms that I've seen, the best win in the country, no matter the conference, so far this season. And I don't know if it's gonna get any better than that. I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked ahead at anybody's schedules to see, but we've had Georgia, Alabama already. That's done. We've had, LSU.
There's no one in the ACC beating Miami. That's not gonna happen.
Well, Georgia Tech might. Georgia, you know how Georgia Tech does. Miami's due for one. Or do they play? If they play Pitt, they might lose to Pitt, because I love Pitt's quarterback.
That quarterback, he's scrappy.
That guy,
scrappy,
freaking weirdo, dude. That's enough. But it just enjoy this. Enjoy it. Wear your IU stuff to work. Wear your IU stuff out to the grocery store. Take your kids and drop them off at preschool or whatever you do with your IU hat on, with your IU shirt, with your IU car flags. Like, rep it. Enjoy it. And it's hard for me to say because I don't fully feel like it yet, but there's so many people, man, that are putting the score on their stories on Instagram or retweeting a bunch of things, or like sharing, updates. Oh, what a game. Oh, blah, blah, blah. That haven't said a word about IU football. Then that I mean, most of these people have known them for 30 plus years, at all. So, I don't just enjoy it. It's incredible. Like the surge that we are going to have, like that you just talked about. As long as everything goes the way that it's supposed to go, is going to be insane. And as somebody said earlier, and this is scary to think of, our biggest game on paper left on the schedule is at Maryland. It's at Maryland. Honestly, you've got Penn State with no quarterback and no coach, which you can't look over any of these teams, but you just got to think about that. That is literally like on paper, that is the hardest game on the schedule. But that's it. We're going to move on. That's enough of that. I already feel sick talking about that like that. I'm freaking out about Michigan State already. All right. That's it. As Brandon said, cheers. Thank you guys
Cheers,
for joining
everyone.
us.
Cheers, everyone. Drink responsibly.
Love all 4 of you. Good night.
See ya.
See you.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.